Hello, my name is Chaz Simons, and I'm joined by Sam Devine. We built this project with Ted, Matthew, and Christian, but they'll introduce themselves in a moment. As comics move more into the mainstream, fans are looking for a place to flex their trivia muscles. Watching friends compare their knowledge of all things comics for over a decade with no definitive winner, I knew that we needed a way to quantify that knowledge. Enter bragging rights.
Thanks, Chaz. Step one here is to go ahead and sign in with Twitter. I've already signed in before, so it's going to be pretty quick. And right after that, I'll be redirected to my user dashboard. I can see the top 5 highest scores that I've achieved in the game. I can send out a tweet with a pre-drafted challenge to all my friends or followers on Twitter. And I can do what we came here for, which is to play the actual game. The game consists of 5 multiple choice questions from the Open Trivia Database API. You can go ahead and make your best guess on these, but you want to move kind of quickly because time is definitely a factor in your score. I'm not much of a comic book buff myself, so I'm just going to kind of guess on a lot of these. And here I end up with a final score, 18,000 points, not bad. And once you get to this point, you can go ahead and brag about it a little bit. We won't tell anyone. Go ahead and tweet out your score to all your friends. Looks good. I'm going to send it out. And then throw it back to Chaz for a look at the leaderboard.
Great score, Sam. Let's go ahead and take it over to the leaderboard to see how you rank against people in the whole world. That's right. Looks like nothing quite up there yet. Let's go ahead and filter this down where we can see both nationally, so by country, okay, but by state maybe, you could still be doing good there. Oh, I got some popular users on here. Let's go ahead and bring it down a little lower. Let's see if you got bragging rights in the city. That's okay. This leaderboard allows you to see where you rank, and when you've got the top spot, then you've got bragging rights.
Thanks, Chaz and Sam, for that quick demo. My name is Christian Valesares, and now that you've seen the end result for our project, I'm going to go ahead and explain how we functioned as a team to reach our goal. As aspiring devs, we wanted to mirror what we would see on the job and in the real world as closely as possible. So with that in mind, we made it a goal to adopt an agile workflow from start to finish. We focused on having daily stand-ups to not only crowdsource and roadblocks and obstacles to the rest of our team, but also give an opportunity to give valuable feedback every step of the development process. With this being a compressed project, we had about 3 teams, one for back-end, front-end, and a documentation team that would cycle each sprint, so every 3 to 4 days. And as teams, we set clear expectations, kick off of the project on how our front-end and back-end would pass and format the data. We also decided to use GitHub projects to track our user stories and held each other accountable to detailed code reviews with each and every pull request that was submitted. And those pull requests would need to be reviewed by somebody on a different team so that everybody would be ensured to have eyes on every piece of code that made it to development. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Ted now to discuss our technical challenges.
Hi, I'm Ted, and I'll walk us through one of the technical challenges during the development process. Throughout the creation of the application, we had to overcome a number of challenges. One of the biggest challenges we faced was obtaining the IP address for each user's game and store them in the database. After a lot of trial and error, we decided to store the user's IP address in the session data when they started a game, and then pass that information to the backend when they finished, along with their score and user ID. We learned from the challenge that temporarily stored information can be used to build an API on the front end and send the information to the backend for consumption. We also implemented this session solution to other elements that were previously tricky, like the gameplay. This also means we're persisting less unnecessary data to our database and makes our application run faster.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm going to walk through some of our upcoming additional features. Moving forward, we would like to add both an option before the start of the quiz to choose your trivia category, as well as the ability to choose varying levels of difficulty. With a few changes on the back end, it would be possible for different category and difficulty levels to be received from our Open Trivia Database API that we use to source our questions. Our current quiz is set up with a limited number of questions as a proof of concept, and we would like to increase the number of questions to give a wider range of possible final scores. This would require a few changes on the back end and only a few minor tweaks on the front end. Our current leaderboard was set up as a proof of concept as well, and in the future, we plan on increasing our leaderboard from 5 results to 10, as well as limiting it to only the top result per user. This would allow a greater range of bragging rights scores and increase overall user enjoyment.